how is live golf making people a worse player? Because in reality, bro, like you still gotta be a good ball striker. You still gotta be good at putting. So how does going to live make you a worse player? And I want to know if you agree or disagree with that take that they had.
Like I think there is something to be said about like being sharp and being in like the competitive mode. Like Bryson did talk about it in some of I think in his press conference coming up this week where he's like they play so many less events, so that
Yeah.
makes you like not in the zone. So
Mm-hmm.
Bryson says what he would do was he would go do like those course record YouTube videos before he plays in these majors because then
Yeah.
that kind of gets him back into that
Yeah.
competitive mode. So I think there's something to be said with like, hey, I'm losing my competitive touch and being in tournament golf mode. I don't know. I feel like I'm eating my words a little bit too from
Yeah.
what I've said before about like, hey, live, you don't have the stamina because you don't play
Yeah.
four
3 days.
days and stuff like
Yeah.
that. The reason why we think these live guys start to fall off on day four is because they're leading day three, and that's why
Mm.
and it's just like Sam Burns did, right? But we don't see anything
Yeah.
about Sam Burns
Right.
because he's
Right.
not
Right.
on live. They're all really talented. Like I mean, Terrell Hatton
Yeah.
was in contention, you know,
For
and
sure. Yeah.
we
Yeah.
don't question Bryson's ability and Rom's
Mm-mm.
ability.
Well, they were. That's the thing. That's how it started. They were questioning Rom's ability, which made them not his ability, but they were questioning like, I'm so. I was. It was probably the biggest disappointment when Rom went to live because his talent just fell off and all this stuff. I'm like, how does talent fall off going to live? Because my whole thing is, I'm not a natural golfer. I play football, so. But it's like, bro, a lot of times you're playing golf, there are certain aspects where like, okay, I am playing against an opponent. Like, oh, I'm down 2 strokes, I have to play against the opponent. But a lot of times you play yourself in golf, and you're just trying to play your best golf, and wherever it may falls, it may falls. And I think, like I was saying before, just because you play on live doesn't mean like, oh, I can't ball strike anymore. I can't shot shape anymore. I can't put. Like you can still do those things. So I didn't agree with that at all. And then even if we just go and look at the guys from live in this tournament, we just talked about Tyrell Hatton, who was in contention. He finished with his best finish in the major with T4, played super well. And throughout this year, all the majors, he's been like the steady Eddie
Wow.
guy.
Yeah.
We know Bryson
Yeah.
is the face of the live, but he's been like a steady Eddie guy. T14 at the Masters. I believe he got like a T58 at the PGA Championships, but like he's still playing good. John Rahm was close so
Yeah.
many times this week. Had a bunch of lip outs. He had some that just kind of halted right at the cup, which is just
Yeah.
crazy. But he finished with a strong, T7. Carlos Ortiz had his best finish in the major, finished with T4, and then
Yeah.
Brooks came back with a T12. So I'm just like, what do you mean?
Yeah, it's hard because like these guys are getting like lifetime PRs, you know, like Terrell Hatton's getting his lifetime best finish at a
Yeah.
major.